Okay, welcome everyone. I'm so excited to have our annual conference takeaways call with our team. I love kind of recapping conference and learning from each other and learning what you got from conference and just remembering all the fun that we had there. So, and maybe you were watching virtually or maybe you were there with me living it up. And so I can't wait to hear from all of you. I'm just going to go by the chat. So if you want to speak first, write in the chat if you want to share first, maybe if you have to head out, write in the chat if you want to go first, and we'll just kind of take turns, everyone sharing what we want to, what our conference takeaways were. So, and I am recording, right? It's on record, right? Okay, good. That way I can share it with the rest of the team since we can't stream live anymore. Womp womp. Okay, so I'll go first and share just a quick one. I mean, I always have this takeaway, and that is that everything is so much better in person. It's just so fun to like be with, to feel the vibes, feel the energy, and be with other women on our team and just learn together and just have so much fun. So I just love, there is so much power in in-person things. And I think another takeaway for me was I loved the keynote speaker we had that was really funny. I forgot her name. The one that talked about chin hairs. But I loved what she said about keeping promises to yourself. And I feel like that is something that really can boost your confidence when you build that relationship with yourself and when you show up for yourself. And that's something that I want to do more for my business. I even thought of one thing that I am going to focus on is scheduling my personal Facebook posts, because I think we forget that that's an option. I don't know if maybe everyone doesn't have that option, but raise your hand if you have the option to schedule a personal Facebook post. Okay, there's several of us that
I
have
was
the
about to be
option.
like, what?
Well, Caitlin, now maybe you do have the option and you didn't know. So that's something that I was like, I really want to show up for myself and my business, like posting more about Color Street on my personal wall. But sometimes it's hard because life gets in the way. And then I was like, maybe I'll just do it by scheduling posts because that just feels easier because sometimes life just gets crazy and you're like present in the moment and doing stuff with your family, but we can easily schedule stuff on Facebook. So that's something that I want to do to keep a promise for myself and show up more for my Color Street business. So that is one of my takeaways. And then let's see. Oh, Shannon wants to go next because hers piggybacks off of mine. Okay, then you go, Shannon.
I'm like, you stole mine because I totally was like, I had to go look up her name and stuff. So yeah, Carrie Wilkerson was the speaker that you're talking about, who was so funny in the polka dot dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stop breaking promises to yourself. She put a quote on the screen that I took a picture of, and it says, when you begin to keep your word to yourself, the changes in your life will be immeasurable. And she said little things about like focusing on making it matter, minimum daily expectations, modeling success as you've seen it, moving the needle. And then my favorite one that she talked about was ditching comparison for expectations. So I think the fact that women do this all the time, that we always are comparing ourselves to where other people are, especially even at conference when you see all the people on stage and you see people, with the long ribbons, and you don't know where they started. You don't know anything about, what their business and how they're doing stuff. So, and it's hard not to compare yourself when you see people. But I feel like keeping the small promises to yourself and she also talked about making, or maybe it was one of the other people, but making small goals that are, like doable. I think that was super important. So those were some, and just I have to say another thing about I just love the in-person, the how friendly everybody is, like even if you don't know people. Like I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are scared to go to their first conference because it'll be the first time you fly by yourself or the first time you're going someplace by yourself if you don't have a team or if not everybody on your team is going. And I know that can be intimidating for a lot of people. So I feel like everybody is super friendly and willing to like let you come sit at their table and join them for, come sit next to me. I mean, there's all, so I think that people need to know that you're welcome no matter if you know people or not, or if you only know people virtually. Most of us only know each other virtually anyway. So I
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Can you elaborate? Because I remembered what she said about the comparison thing, but I can't. There was a lot to process. I can't remember the part what she said about expectation and comparison. Can you
she was just,
remind
I
me?
think that I took it as ditching comparison. Let me see, I wrote it down: ditching comparison for expectations. Like not necessarily that some your goals aren't always the same as somebody else's. So I think that we need to like I said, get rid of that comparison to others, and to, maybe you're really pushing to build a huge team, maybe you're pushing just to make $200 a month. I mean, there's way different, and people approach the business differently. And you're not going to have, if that's not your goal, then that you just can't compare yourself to those people that are pushing. And people are working full time at this, and some people are just working a couple, an hour a day, or not even an hour a day. So um I feel that Color Street this year especially is doing a good job at making everybody feel welcome no matter where they are on that level.
Yeah, true.
um
I agree.
I feel like they're trying to push, and just working with corporate a little bit and talking to them, they're trying to embrace more stylists that are, not the big leaders and everything. So I think that I feel like we're going in the right direction. And like conference always gives me hope and energizes like my personal business, but the team aspect of everything. So you should come next year.
Yes, amen. Amen. Come. Do you know what else I forgot to mention is that I just love like trying the brand new products in person, and I am already obsessed. Like I'm wearing the new brow liner. It's better than my Clinique one right now. And I am wearing the eyeshadow, which I love. Um, I just am obsessed with all the products. Like I'm just like, it's so fun to like try the new ones. Oh, the melt away. Yes, Kim, the melt away is mind blowing. Like I have tried other melt aways, so I wasn't that excited about it because I was kind of disappointed in the other types of like remover balms. And then I tried this one. I was like, you're joking me. How is my mascara off that quickly? Like, because we know that Color Street mascara stays on pretty well and it's a little bit hard to get off, but with the melt away, it's like, boom, done. It's crazy. Anyway, I just loved all the new products they launched. I got so pumped about them, and I'm still so pumped about them. They're just so great. So there's my little rant on that. Okay, let's see. I saw Carmen, you offered first, so I'll have you go next, Carmen.
Okay, I'm just so excited. But I will probably like jump on some of the things that you guys said as well, because I think they're just really big things. But the first thing going into that room, besides the DJ and the music, was when Mr. Park came out right away and he addressed it. And a lot of companies would like kind of like just put up, like rainbows and butterflies. And he's just said, like, things are changing. We're aware of it. We see you. And he spoke to everybody, not just leaders, and really connected, being like, I've got you. And it was like this, like, okay, we're in the right place. And I got like goosebumps just hearing him, like, because you just wonder if they're just gonna like, like
Yeah.
explain the home office changes and saying that he's not staying in his comfort zone. He's not going to settle for second best. And it gave that like really, it just felt really good to hear that and have that addressed to all of us.
Yeah. Carmen,
This
this is your first year, right?
That's what I was going to say. I've been here for 3 years soon. coming up to our anniversary. But my first year being able to go to live, I had been live in an old company and said I'd never miss, but with COVID and health reasons, I just wasn't able to.
Mhm.
And I just want it all the time.
Right?
It feels so good, and connecting with there were 6 of us from my small team, and I just went 6 of us team, and just connecting with them for the first time and having that, like, you can already see the difference of the people that went to conference or were taking it in at home and that weren't able to go, but like you can already see the difference of their sales and their posts and their everything is just different because
Mhm.
you feel that belief, and you like virtual cannot do any justice to that. And with that being said, I may have made excuses for myself if I didn't get the early bird ticket last year. I was like determined at that point. We made a group chat, we started figuring it out at that point. Come up
Mhm.
to the year, things changed. I was in a tough spot, whatever. But because there was already that stuff, like I cannot like tell you more to get that early bird ticket. Life can change in a year, but if you like manifest it and you know, and you have that in your plan and you're planning,
Mhm.
it's so much more likely to happen than if you wait on it. And not only you save $100 US, you're also getting in that mindset of like, how am I going to make this happen? Because now I got a ticket. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's on your calendar. So
That's
definitely,
right.
think that. And then
Wait, how many of you are already registered for next year? I want to see. Hold on, let me put it in grid view. Me, I'm already registered. Okay, look at all these ladies going again. I love it. Oh, so fun.
all 6 of my teammates that went to conference got their tickets. Like they're like, we're doing this again. That girl time, that team time,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than it.
Yep. Amen.
Do I have 1 more minute?
Yes, please.
Okay, on stage, I think for myself, I did doubt myself a little bit as things were changing, and to be there and see the onstage awards and see that every single level from gold stylist all the way, like it wasn't just the top leaders of Color Street getting those awards. It like clicked in my brain, like you're sitting back, because I was, like it's like, could I ever do that? I don't know. But to
Yeah.
see that it was like, no, like anybody can do this. Like let's go. And those that are doing the things and staying on it and being consistent are seeing that. So don't hold yourself back because you're only like this level, or you're only that level. Literally everybody was able to make those things happen.
Yeah, there
And
were
then
so many categories. There's so many different categories. So
yeah, it was really
could
nice
be
to
you
see because
next year.
a lot of companies, like it's only the top tier that are getting there. And to walk the stage was amazing. But one of the things that was more amazing than walking the stage was to have my daughter there. So she joined, I'm actually under her, so she joined at the exact same time as me. But this was her very first time going, and to see her see me, and Carrie again, is it Wilkerson? Like
Yeah.
about that when she did that and she flipped, like does does my daughter look nervous in this grad photo, like graduating early, whatever? And she's like she's seen it. And now
Yeah.
I was like literally almost in tears looking at my daughter,
Uh,
saying like she saw it now. And now she
yeah.
has that belief. So like that really was special for me to see that, and to see her, like they're watching. So like don't hold yourself back and push yourself to be great, because I think sometimes we can be complacent, and like she said, like we break promises to ourselves like that, but remember that teammates, kids, whatever, they're watching, and make them proud. So okay, and I'll shut up.
Yes, that's such a good point. I feel like that's something that I'm really proud of, is I feel like I showed my kids that I broke the glass ceiling. Like there's so much potential. You can do this too. And that is huge. Like that is a huge legacy to leave to your children, of like, I can do these big scary things, and so can you. Love that you shared that. And that's so cool she was there. I loved that.
So
Maybe I'll
cool.
bring my daughter next year.
No, it's so cool. That's awesome.
Love it. Also, I love in the comments Shannon said, and I got to meet Kim Kins in person. Yes. That's the fun thing is it's like we forget that we haven't met in person. We're like, wait, I've never met you. Been on all these Zoom calls, but then it's like, wait, I haven't met you in person. So fun to meet everyone in person. Okay. Who I gotta go in order. Let's see. Hold please. Let me scroll back up. I think next was Kim. Speaking of Kim, you can go next.
Let me unmute myself. All right. Well, that was what I was going to say is I got to meet Shannon in person. Like there's always such a great networking opportunity at conference. And we literally just ended up on the same row and sat right beside each other. And I was like, wait, I know you. And she's like, wait, I know you. And we had the best conversation. And it was wonderful. And I'm so glad that I actually got to meet her in person. And, you know, Kelly, I told you I was a little nervous because my sidekick is no longer with Color Street, and I was going by myself without a roommate. I was like, oh gosh, you know, like,
Yeah.
like she's my cruise director. She like drug me around everywhere and, you know,
Yeah.
like, made sure I had fun and didn't retreat to my room and become a hermit, which I can tend to do sometimes. But I met tons of people. Like it almost kind of unsaddled me. And I met so many new people. The networking at conference is unreal. And if you're not taking advantage of it, you are missing out on a big part of your business. The first retreat that Kelly had that I went to, I networked with so many people and learned so much and grew so much. I realized this is where it's at. Like bouncing ideas off of each other and partnering with someone that is a business builder and a runner and someone that's serious about their business. And people that come to conference are serious about their business. They're making a commitment. So those are your people. If you're really wanting to step it up, that's where you find them. And like you said, it's all ranks. Like it doesn't matter if it's, you know, Kelly France, you know, Brittany Metke, like those aren't the only people that are running their business. There are, you know, silver stylists that are running their business. So that to me is one of the biggest things. No matter if conference is actually good content or not, that is the one thing that stays consistent year after year. But speaking of content with conference, this to me, and I have been, I missed the Vegas one, but I have been to every conference since then. This is the best content we've ever gotten. It was current, it was relevant, it was practical, it was very concise and clear, gave real life examples. I thought this was the most usable information from start to finish, from Friday to Sunday that we've ever gotten. So good. And everybody got the same content. Like it wasn't broken up into, you know, these ranks go over here and, you know, this one goes over here. Like everybody got the same stuff and it was top notch. Very good. The other thing that I noticed is corporate is, and I know we missed some of the people that have left, and I personally missed some of the friends that I made with corporate officers that aren't there anymore. But y'all, this staff they've got together right now, they are good. They are, one of the things that really made an impact with me is they announced the trip and then immediately the trip points are already like ready to go in the VO. I'm like, wait, no, we've always waited months for that. Like it's never been live and ready for us to like start tracking and get excited about right away. Never. Like we've always asked, can you hurry and get this? Like we need this. We need to build off this excitement. Don't squelch our fire. Like we're ready to roll. Help us, you know, see the movement immediately. And that's what I'm seeing is a lot of follow-up, a lot of things that we have asked for years. They're like Johnny on the spot getting it done. And I am here for that. And one more thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to quit doing this because, you know, I get excited. I hadn't even
good. We like it.
But they said that there are 30,000 stylists in the US. Remember when everybody was saying, oh, we're oversaturated. No, the customers are oversaturated now and they need a new stylist. They need to be reminded that they love Color Street and their person may be gone, but you're here and you're working your business and you are ready to serve them and whatever their needs are and introduce them to new products and to share the new launches with them. There is a ton of opportunity right now because those 30,000 aren't all even working their business. So who knows like how many are actually have maintained, have stayed the course, have been consistent, are still working their business. Y'all, this is the time. Almost every month I get at least 1 or 2 orders from the Stylist Locator. You need to be up in your game, so you're
Same.
one of the top 5 in that Stylist Locator.
Yes, that's such a good point. And Shannon just wrote, I've gotten several new customers from who have stylists that have quit, right? Because they're looking for a new, a new rep that they can buy from. And so that is why I recommitted to posting more on my personal Facebook wall about Color Street more, because they need that reminder that like, oh yeah, you still sell it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna buy from you, So yeah, Shannon said in the comments, show up and open your business every day. Love that. Love that. Great comments and takeaways, Kim. Thanks for sharing that. And yeah, we do have a powerhouse team with corporate. It's fun to see. By the way, speaking of trip trackers, Caitlin just posted a really awesome, super cute one in Team Nailed It. So y'all need to go print that off, share it with your teams. It's a fun one. So you can work towards Punta Cana. Do
I
you want to
needed
go
more
next,
time.
Caitlin?
That's
Speaking
fine,
of
yeah.
Caitlin. Okay, go ahead.
So first, I want to apologize because I just realized that everybody's probably watching me eat. I'm like, it's my lunch hour. I'm so sorry. Okay, so honestly, I had exactly in my brain what I wanted to share. And then hearing everybody else's, I'm like, yes, that, yeah, that. And so now my brain's just everywhere. What I can say is that I went to last year's and it was not the greatest. And I had personally some things like we talked about this, Kelly. If anything bad's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me. And so I left conference last year without the fire that I normally do from live events. And I was hesitant to even buy the early bird ticket. I still did because I knew I still wanted to be there, but I was hesitant. And so when I showed up at conference this year, I was blown away. From the minute I walked in, the excitement, the energy from not just the home office team, but like everybody they had there registering you. And it was electric. I don't even know how else to explain it, which really kind of lit my fire. And then I had a little mishap on Saturday morning and I was like, oh no, please don't let this be another, what was it? Phoenix was the last one? No, Salt Lake City. Don't let this be another Salt Lake. And then the home office team not only immediately jumped to action when my leaders, thank you, Marsha and Kelly, stepped in, but Catherine and Bethany personally sought me out to apologize. And to me, that showed so much integrity, taking accountability for like a mistake, an honest mistake. But the fact that they didn't just brush it under the rug, they came to me and personally apologized, that gave me so much confidence in the team we have now at home office. So much confidence. Like they just blew me out of the water. And so then I was back on that electric vibe and I just had an amazing time. For me, I want to say my biggest takeaway, I had fallen into a bit of a rut just with some other personal stuff going on. Brittany Mackey Powers, whew, let me tell you, she had me in tears. Yes, Shannon, I am that Caitlin. Thank you so much. But anyway, she tore me up because she said, if your circle is laughing at you, you need to find a new circle. And I thought, wow, that one sucker punched me in the gut because except for my Color Street team, I don't have the greatest circle outside of my husband. And I needed to make some changes. And so I came home from conference and that's the first thing I did. I made some changes and it has made a world of difference, even though it's only been 2 weeks. So hearing from, I think, our team leaders who, yeah, he is a sweetheart. Hearing from our team leaders just their stories, their personal struggles. It was absolutely incredible, and it was so relatable, and it made everything attainable. And that, I think, for me was huge, because I have been stuck in this comparison mindset of I'll never get here. Look what they're doing. I should be doing more. I should be doing better. And in reality, I'm giving 100% of me and what I'm able to give. And so what's wrong with that? I've got to stop comparing to others. So hearing that from our top leaders, that they've experienced the same or similar struggles, that, they started where we are at, even though we know that, it's like, your teenager, you don't know what it's like to be a kid. You don't know what it's like to be a bottom level stylist, but they do. You guys do. And so it was very inspiring. And then the last thing for me was it Lindsay Tompkins? Thank you. You're right. But Lindsay Tompkins, man, she was talking about, she was the last girl on Sunday. And she was talking about attraction marketing and, basically capitalizing on your social media. And Kelly, like you said, getting on your personal page more. And I had been doing better about that since Leader Summit, because that's really where I first was inspired to do that. But I was kind of falling back on like the sharing the business opportunity and my business blessings. I have 11 potential enrollees on the line right now. 11 since conference.
Amazing.
Mind blown. I was like, what is happening? And they were coming to me. Hey, I see what you're doing great with Color Street. I would love to know more about the business. And these are people that have never even ordered from me before.
Wow.
I was absolutely mind blown. I've enrolled 2 since the start of the month already, and they've both already qualified. So that was huge. And the others are like, okay, I've got a set date with you on the 15th to talk more, like coffee date here. And I've got, a Zoom call set up with you here. And it's like, they're just coming out of the woodworks. And it's literally because I took all of her key points and I put them into action. So the ones about like the key points I'm talking about, and what really hit me the most was explaining to people they don't have to work their business like you do. Because I hear all the time, well, there's no way that I can be consistent every day in posting. There's no way that I could go live. There's no way that I could do this. And I was like, well, that's right. Why do they have to? Why do you have to work your business the way I work it? I don't work it the way Kelly works it, and so I need to learn to teach that. And I started to, and now I'm just in 2 weeks, I'm blown away. I mean, truthfully. So if you haven't bought the early bird ticket, do it. 10 out of 10 recommend. It is a must do. And if I continue to talk, my food's going to get cold. So I'm going to let everybody else have it back.
Go eat your lunch, Caitlin.
I need to.
No, but thank you. I appreciate everything you
Of course.
shared.
And thank you guys for all the love in the comments. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Caitlin got Key Club on stage. Congrats. It was so fun seeing so many of our team members on stage. I was so proud of you all. Okay, who else would like to go? Anyone else want to share? Be brave. I might call on you if nobody volunteers.
I'll go.
Okay.
So I'm a little baby stylist. I started in September last year, like the last of the month, like mascara launched. And I was like, all right, fine, I'm in. And I don't know, I really liked all of Eugenio's, and I watched a couple of his Learn to Earn Wednesdays, but like hearing some of those things in person, and it's just like, well, if he can break it down for, little baby stylists and even grown-up stylists, I say grown-up stylists, like seasoned ones, like, can't I do that in my business for like other people, especially now they have the double rank promotion bonuses, right? Like that's huge. So I don't know, and again, Caitlin saying, hey, anybody can do it, but you don't have to do it the way that I do it. I mean, all of those things And Carrie Wilkerson, of course, she had me in tears, with her daughter on stage, because my daughter is 2 now. And I'm like, well, I want her to think that I'm the greatest role model. So I don't know, just some of those things. All the speakers were great. Melissa, so I can't even say her last name, but
Jody,
she was
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, she's amazing. Everybody was amazing. The speakers were great. The content was great. And I just feel like home office really just was like, we're here. We're not going anywhere. And like I said, just talking to everybody right out the gate was amazing too. Like, I believe in this business. This business isn't going anywhere. So just all of that, this is my first conference, obviously. I mean, I started in September. So, but I'm fired up to get that silver leader. It'd be really cool if I did it this month, because again, those double rank promotions are different right now. So I don't know. I'm fired up. I'm sharing. I have my small daily goals, and that's just what we can do. Don't be fixated on the results. Fixate on what you can do that might get you the results. So that's it. That's my takeaways. And I went 2 days after carpal tunnel surgery. So
That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, it's just there. It's like overall, there were so many good takeaways, and for everyone on every level, I loved it so much. Okay, Marcia is sharing one in the comments because she said she's in a super noisy place, which, by the way, I'm sorry, I've got background noise as well. Hopefully it's not too loud, but she said her biggest takeaway was being able to spend time with other stylists like it is every year. Hold on, I'm trying to. And she said, it's something that really fills my cups, finding others who are in similar places in their business and setting up accountability partners with a couple has been a huge blessing to me, right? Yes, I totally agree with that. Like, just being together with the people that we kind of like connect with all year, that we chat with all year, but like actually being together, hanging out, doing fun things fills our cup. And kind of like what Kim said, I think it's so nice to learn from each other and be like, so what do you do for this? Or what do you, even talking to Marcia had a couple of really good ideas that I was like, okay, I'm going to have you do a team training because these are such good ideas. Like, I just love learning from everyone there. So, thanks for sharing that, Marcia. And then Kim Kuhn said, whenever doubt creeps into my mind, I remind myself of all the hardships Mr. Park faced and pushed through. If he didn't give up, I can't either. I have faith that he's not going to come this far and let it fall. That is a great thought. Yes, thanks for sharing that, Kim. Is there anyone? I did see another hand raised virtually. Hold on, let me see whose it was. It was Sandra. Sandra, do you want to go? I think you have to tap the top there you go.
Okay. My biggest takeaway was, because my circumstances the last couple months haven't been great. I was having transportation problems. I got there from day one, didn't know anybody. And everybody I met for the first time in person came together and made sure I was there every day. So the sisterhood that I met, that was awesome. And just hearing the stories of everything that everybody else has went through and still made it, it just gave me a lot of confidence.
I love
It
that.
really boosted my faith a lot.
Yes, yes. And sometimes it's those simple things that we need, those like the mindset pieces that we need to continue going. Shows the power of
Right.
personal development, right?
Right.
Thank you for sharing that, Sandra.
Oh, thank you.
Connie, did you, someone in the comments said you raised your hand. Connie, did you want to go?
Okay, am I on?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. I'm having some Zoom issues. I was virtual, which I've always been virtual since I joined 4 years ago. And once I went to my tour of Spark a couple years ago, I really know that in person is a goal I have for myself. And I know I need to make it happen because I was totally pumped by being around the sisterhood. One thing Mr. Park said, and I don't have my notes in front of me, but y'all will know what I'm talking about. When he said, I get tears in my eyes because it touched me so deeply. He said he followed the journey. He didn't look ahead at the money of it all. He followed the journey and took the steps he needed. And so that kind of made me begin changing the purpose in my baby steps every day and my planning every day. And then, of course, with virtual, I know it's not like it is in person, but every time a new product unfolded, I nearly came out of my skin. It was so incredible. And I cannot wait to get that melt away on my, and I only put makeup on 2 days a week, Saturday and Sunday. But oh, Carmen, I imagine I had tears in my eyes, and I still do every time I think about every time I've heard Mr. Park speak. And I am such a baby stylist to be as old as I am, but I learned so much from just hanging out with you ladies. So thank you for your influence on me. Connie out.
Connie out.
Yeah, I am out.
Hey, we can't wait to see you next year in person then. We're holding you to
Sounds
it
good.
now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's powerful. And of course, and you're gonna love the melt away. You're gonna love it. Okay, does anyone else want to share before we wrap it up? So fun to hear everybody's takeaways. That's the thing, is you're going to get, everyone gets a little bit of something different and a little bit of what we need, right? Like we all are coming from different places. We all need to hear different things, and they hit us differently and help us in different ways. And I loved what you said, Connie, about it's more about the baby steps than the result. I feel like that is something that has really helped me stay positive and encouraged, is not focusing on the end result, but just finding joy in the journey of the work. Like the work
Joy in
is
the journey.
the win, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And being like, okay, I'm showing up, I did it. And that is where you get the satisfaction, and the work will, I mean, the win, like the result will come if you stay consistent and show up for yourself and your business every day. So yes, amen to that. Okay, I think, is there anyone else that wants to chat? I want to make sure everybody has a chance.
I'll go. I'm
Okay,
always
let's hear
quiet,
it.
but why not? So this was my third in-person conference, and like Kim said, I was kind of the same. I didn't have my normal crew. But every year it just, hearing the speakers, Carrie was amazing. Everybody was amazing, but it just makes you realize that when we get in our everyday life and all the kids and the busyness, we are the only ones holding ourselves back. We're no different than each other, whether we just joined or we've been here from the beginning. The sisterhood is amazing. I had Kim, she took me under her little umbrella, and it's just, it gives you that fire to keep going. And I too, when I got back, have stylists or friends that want to join that haven't ever wore the product, and it just gives me a little jump start. And I've been telling myself daily that I can't let it fade out. That's the problem. Every conference, you get a month or two down the road, and I notice I start to get in a little funk and let it fade out. And it just makes you realize the potential that you have and how flippin' amazing all of these products are. I sit at home all day, never get ready. So that's something that I need to start doing, because even the fall launch, I was on vacation in San Diego and I was posting like a crazy person, but the sales definitely showed. And now I just earned my first incentive trip. And walking the stage obviously was a highlight for me. I was super nervous, and I'm never nervous, but that was awesome, even if it was just for being here for 5 years. But you know, you form true relationships with a lot of people, real friendships. And that's what I told my team. They see the pictures and they see us having fun, but it's the actual conversations and the friendships that make it so worthwhile, plus all the great stuff we learn. So that's all. I wasn't
Yes.
prepared.
No, I loved it. Loved it. It's that camaraderie that's amazing. And 5 years is a big deal. Okay. Doing anything
know.
for 5 years is a big deal. I think this is the only job I've ever had the longest. So I'm like, hey, that's something. That's saying something. So congrats to everyone that walked the stage. And it also, and if you didn't, it's something to work towards next year. There's so many different ways to earn it. So, well, thank you,
Can I
everyone.
just say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say a shout out to you, Kelly. You did an awesome job presenting speaking as well.
Oh,
It was
thank you,
awesome to hear
Shannon.
you.
Thank you.
I love
It
your
was-
energy on stage. Amazing.
Thanks. It's always, I was like, of course they put me on Sunday when I have it like haunting me the whole conference. And then I'm like, it's like the last day when you're like haggard and you have, you're like, have very tired eyes.
Conference
and all that,
hangover.
but I did it and I'm proud of myself and now it's over.
You should be. You did amazing.
Thank you. Thanks. And it was fun to represent our team for number 3 in sales. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to post the recording in our team. Feel free to share it with your teams so they can, latch onto this excitement and try to, like Melissa said, make it last throughout the year. So thanks everyone for sharing, and we'll see you on our next training. Bye.